Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. And I know I say a little bit of the Knicks and Nets because guess what we are starting off with today? And that is the New York Knicks trade deadline. The Knicks already made a move previously in December for OG Anunoby, and now they make another solid move. And don't get me wrong, Roderick and I definitely hate on the Knicks. I get it. I get it. We hate on the Knicks. But I have to give them their credit here. Let's break down the trade. There's a few really good reasons why I like this trade a lot, especially with OG Anunoby. I mentioned him. He got injured and he had surgery, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. But let's go over the trade. So basically, the Knicks have acquired Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. We already seen Alec Burks as a New York Knicks for Grimes, Fournier, Ryan, and 2 future second-round picks. So I'm gonna have to give the Knicks here, and I hate doing it. As a Net fan, we stink. We're not gonna make the play-in. Roderick, Spurs fan, bottom of the barrel. Both of our teams stink. But this is Planet of NY Sports. And I'm going to give the Knicks credit where credit is due. This is a solid move for the New York Knicks. Here, just let me lay it out for you. Looking at the East this year, the Knicks, even before this trade, were in the realm of 3rd and 4th place. The Knicks, you can really make a case that the Knicks are the 3rd best team in the East? I would not argue it. Especially with how the Sixers, with their injuries. I know the Sixers just acquired Buddy Hield, but still, Joel Embiid, who knows when he's going to come back or if he's going to come back. And I don't know how long Maxey is going to be able to carry the load for them, even though he did drop 50-something points. Whatever. But still, they dropped all the way down to 5. The Knicks, they got all the way up to 3rd. Right now, they're currently 4th because of the Cavaliers that are also there. But the Knicks, they beat the Cavs in a playoff series last year. And I think they could do it again if that were a possible matchup. But the Knicks right now, here, we can go with Bogdanovic. We can talk about him first. Okay, this year he is averaging 20 points per game? 20 points per game for Bogdanovic. This is a seasoned veteran, tons of experience. He's been to the playoffs. He knows what to expect. This will relieve the pressure off of the guys in your starting lineup, obviously. Maybe let's just say, you're in a clutch moment, even though Bogdanovic isn't great in the clutch, but let's just say Brunson is getting double teamed, or if, Randall's already hurt, so we know about that. But a guy like Bogdanovic who could hit threes, big shots for you. All right. Now, they also got Alec Burks. We already know Alec Burks has already been on the New York Knicks in Thibodeau's system. So you kind of get an idea of what to expect. I don't want to see Alec Burks running point because Thibodeau did that a lot when Alec Burks was here. Will he probably do it again? It wouldn't shock me. But Burks is a nice piece to have off the bench. Now, going on to what the Knicks gave up. They gave up Quentin Grimes, who, as a Net fan, I like Grimes. I like ever since Grimes got there. I thought he was a pesky little player. But I was like, I like this guy. Even though he's on the Knicks. I like the guy. But apparently, there was just news about Thibodeau. I guess Thibodeau lost confidence in him, and Grimes wasn't really the same this year as that solid bench piece that he is. He was not the same. His minutes was decreasing, and I guess this was just a move that had to be made. Him going now to the Pistons, this could be a good change of scenery for him. It could be. There's no pressure there in Detroit because they suck. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe Grimes will have, not a career renaissance, but he can be decent there. I think he really could be decent. Now, the Knicks also gave up Evan Fournier. See, we've already made up. We've made fun of the Knicks and Evan Fournier for years now. That deal was stupid from the start. But the fact that finally, because he wasn't even getting minutes. We know that he wasn't getting minutes all throughout his Knicks tenure. And if I had to say, Fournier going, I don't think this is really a big deal. It's like, see ya. Now, Roderick, what would you grade this trade deadline for the Knicks?
I give it an F minus because they traded away RJ Barrett. Horrible deal. Considering where they are and how like well they've been playing with guys like Brunson and whatnot, I feel like this is a good like basketball move. Like it's nothing like it's not gonna like wow you or anything, but it's just you're getting in solid players who are gonna help you win basketball games, and that's all you really can ask for from the Knicks. They're not doing anything stupid as of now, so you got to give them their props. We gave them the little round of applause a couple minutes ago. So shout out to the Knicks, man.
Yeah, and the Knicks are at a point where I know the fan base is getting excited. The New York Knicks fan base is getting excited. So I think the Knicks this year have a good chance. And again, I don't like admitting any of this, but I think they have a good chance at going to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. If it all goes well for them. Because they could. Besides the Celtics, maybe the Bucks, but the Bucks, they have Doc Rivers as their coach now. So, I mean, that's obviously going to mean a playoff series loss. But, I mean, tell me who – I feel like they can beat almost any team in the East besides the Celtics, maybe the Bucks. Who do you think they're going to – okay, Roderick, then who do you think they're going to lose to?
I still think they're the fourth best team in the East. I don't see them going into Milwaukee winning games. I don't see them going to Boston winning games. Philly, they can maybe still win it in Philly, but I just don't see them getting past the second round. But my hot take, and I've been saying this to Knicks fans like all throughout school or whatever, they're not making it to the first round. I don't know why I think this. I don't know much about basketball. I don't watch basketball, but I don't think they're gonna get out the first round. I think they're like last year's Bucks. They're gonna play a team like the Miami Heat or the Pacers or a team like that. One of those little scrappy teams with a player that their best player is better than the player on the Knicks, like a Tyrese Halliburton or like, for example, Jimmy Butler, even though he's not better than Brunson this year. Either way, you know what I'm trying to say. I think they're gonna get bounced in the first round. That's just my hot take. Could they make it to the second round? Sure. Are they gonna get past that? Probably not. And if they do get past that, then they're gonna get smoked in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, yeah. And if the Knicks win the NBA championship this year, it's probably my fault because I just jinxed all of that.
Yeah, the Knicks. Okay. All right. I'm a notorious Knick hater. My dad talks about it. He's always like, oh, you could still join a bit, and I'm like, no, I'm sticking with the Nets, even though we stink. But Roderick says he doesn't even watch basketball and thinks that they're going to be eliminated in the first round. So that tells you all you need to know. That's Roderick's opinion. But coming from a basketball fan, I'm going to think of this non-biasedly. As of right now, they're the fourth seed. So that means that they would play the fifth seed, which is the 76ers. Now, right now, the Knicks would have home court, which is why I would give them the series win here. I would give it to them. They have home court. Right now, the Sixers, they've been falling a little bit as of late. And like I said, you really don't know with Joel Embiid. You really don't know if he's going to, be there. And you really don't know if he's going to mentally be there, even if he is playing. Because Joel Embiid is a known playoff choker. I don't want to hear anyone comparing Jokic to him again. I don't want to hear it. Joel Embiid, all Joel Embiid is good for is, he whines about his MVPs at the time when Harden was there. He was oh, Harden has to do. Oh, I can't do everything. Oh, I think the Knicks could beat the Sixers. I think the Knicks can beat any team below the Sixers. Now, ahead of them, the Cavs. The Knicks. I think the Knicks could. I think the Knicks could beat the Cavs too. I don't think it would make that much of a difference. Now, the only two teams that do concern me is Milwaukee. Not too much though, because in recent years they've kind of choked a lot too. Like last year, they lost to Miami. Okay, stop it. But anyways, and
Bro,
then
they got one of these. What do you mean?
I know. But besides the what when was that? 2021 now? That was a few years ago.
And the
2022.
Knicks have done what since?
Okay, I know the Knicks haven't well, but the Knicks won a playoff series last year. See, the fact that you have me defending the Knicks out here.
Oh, they won a playoff series, Russell.
Yes.
Whoa, like.
But they are a better team, I think.
Ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's gonna guard Embiid? Who's gonna guard Giannis? Who's gonna guard? I don't know, Jason Tatum. Who's gonna guard these? Who's gonna guard? Who's gonna?
You
guard
didn't let
who's
me
gonna
get
guard
there.
Halliburton?
You didn't let me get there.
Knicks suck.
But if they were to face the Celtics, obviously I'm not that confident in the Knicks, and we've already seen in certain meetings the Knicks have lost to them and this year. But I think this is the Knicks' best chance though this year to possibly get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't think that should still be the expectation yet, depending on how the end of this season is for them. I think if there is a top 3 finish, though, I think you're kind of getting to that point where you're at least expecting to get to the second round, depending on what happens. Now, moving on to something that, Roderick and I both don't really care for. Jaden was originally supposed to be here, and this was going to be his segment. But it's Super Bowl Sunday. Yay, woohoo, whoop-de-doo. The Chiefs, the insufferable Chiefs against the 49ers. We've already seen this matchup before. I don't care for either team. Obviously I know who I'd prefer to win, but do I think they're going to win? No, I just firmly don't think that they're going to win. I think that the Chiefs are probably going to win again because, well, they have a few things going for them, as you can see there. But, okay, let's go through it. We'll go through the over-under, the spread. We'll do that because clearly Roderick and I, we have no rooting interest in this game. We really don't have any passionate rooting. Well, okay, I'll say this. Even though I don't think it's going to happen, I'm not going to heavily root for the 49ers, but I'll sit there and, if the 49ers were to win, I'd probably be like, nice. Okay, cool.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. But we're ready for baseball season. I'm just going to preface this right now. We are ready for baseball season. We're going to have an off-season video coming out soon because it seems like the off-season for both teams is basically over at this point, even though there's a ton of players right now. What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's still players available. There's still players out there. The Mets still haven't re-signed Pete Alonso yet. And there's
no.
And that will definitely be a big topic of conversation. I know we have to get into because I'm just teasing it now. What is going on with the Mets and Pete Alonso? What is going on? But we're not going to talk about that right now. Right now, it's the Super Bowl. Oh, the Taylor Swift Bowl. Oh, okay. Let's get into it. So, the Chiefs, the game for the Chiefs and the 49ers, the over-under is 47.5. Roderick, are you taking the over or are you taking the under for this game?
I like that we're doing this. This is fun. I like this idea. You said 47.5?
Yeah.
Inside of a dome, Super Bowl game. Last year's was what? Was it 30? It was 30. They were both in the mid-30s, I think.
Yeah.
But I think the Eagles have a better offense than the Niners, and I think that the Chiefs' offense is definitely worse than last year's. Being that both teams' defense are gonna have to, probably win their teams the game. I'm gonna go with the over because that's how logic works. two good defenses. That's just the over. And when I look at over under, how many points does each team need to score to get to this over? Both teams need to score 24 points. That's certainly plausible. Certainly plausible. In a controlled environment, it's a dome. The fans are going to be equally 50-50 probably. I would say
Okay. So for me, Roderick is definitely correct. I would probably take the over here too, because when you look at a lot of the past previous Super Bowls in like the past like 11 years, a lot of them were very high scoring besides a few. A lot of them. And there were games.
Patriots and Rams.
Yeah, Patriots and Rams. Let's not even mention that disaster of a football game.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna get that here. I think, like Roderick said, this is two good defenses, but how logic works here, I think this is I'm not saying it's gonna be a high scoring game, but I think I can see it being 50 combined points, maybe. I can see it because the Chiefs defense, don't get me wrong, it's good, but I don't think it's great. I don't think it's great. Now, looking at the 49ers, their secondary can Patrick Mahomes could probably destroy that secondary, I think. Because the 49ers secondary is definitely the weak point of their defense. We saw that against Green Bay, against Detroit. Detroit should have won the game if Dan Campbell. You know what? I'm not even. I'm not even gonna do it.
Womp. Boo. Boo.
Yeah.
You made the right decision.
Mr. Minnesota Viking over there,
No bias.
Yeah, no bias at all in that statement.
No bias.
But I'm definitely going to take the over here. I think I know who I feel like is going to win this game. I think Roger probably has the same pick, but
no, we don't.
Oh, yeah.
We know who's going to win this game. We know who's going to win this game.
Who's going to win the game? Well, okay. Well, don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet. So now the spread is the 49ers -2. Roderick.
Niners -2.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that one?
No. 2 is such an obscene number. Like, so I'm saying, will the Niners win by a field goal? No. If the Niners win this game, they're gonna have to win by a touchdown. They're gonna have to win by 2 touchdowns, win by 1 touchdown. In my opinion, because we already know what the refs are gonna be on. That flag is coming out immediately. Pause. So if the Niners do win, which they're probably not, we're gonna have to win by a touchdown, and I think that -2. No, I would definitely not take that.
Yeah, I agree. So now getting into our predictions. With all of that said, okay, I'll go first because mine is probably boring, and I don't really care. I don't care at this point. I can care less about the Super Bowl. I'm just going to watch it, and if this team does win, like I think that they probably will, I'm probably just going to go. Once the game's over, I'm going to go turn off, and I'm going to bed. I'm not, staying to watch this team celebrate again, but I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, this is like my first time on here picking the Chiefs. I don't like doing it. Give me Chiefs. I'm going to have a weird score here. Give me Chiefs 30, 49ers 24. Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes, fourth quarter, comes out, ices the game. Brock Purdy tries to go down the field and score a touchdown at the end and fails. Go ahead.
My prediction, like I said, the Niners are going to win this game. They're going to have to win by a touchdown. They're going to have to make Mahomes' life miserable because if he has time in the pocket, that secondary is just going to get fried. And unless Kadarius Toney magically appears in the football field, they're probably going to scorch that defense if they give him time. So, with all that being said, the Vikings are going to be your 2024 Super Bowl champions. No, I'm sure. It's going to be the Chiefs, man. I really just, for the sake of America, if Kelsey proposes, I might stop watching football. Give me Chiefs 24. Actually, no, I lie. I can't say that after I took the over. Give me Chiefs 27, Niners 24. Hope it's a good game. If not, who cares? Just turn it off and move on. And let's go Mets.
Let's go Yankees. We are ready for baseball season, folks, as you can see. We're ready for baseball season. We're ready for the basketball playoffs. I am done with football. But I'm going to sit there. I'm going to watch the game. Hopefully it's good. But if you could all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. Give me your take on the Knicks making some nice trades. Give me your take on the Super Bowl. Who do you think is going to win? Do you agree with us taking the over? Do you agree with the spread with the 49ers? We obviously don't. So let me know your takes down below, and we'll see you all in the next video.